Christmas. Diddly 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 ding. Diddly 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 Wow, what a great coincidence. We're going to be talking about Christmas traditions apparently. That's so weird. What a weird coincidence. But of course that's not a coincidence at all, because today I thought it would be fun to talk about some of the more unusual Christmas traditions that you see around the world. But because it's Christmas and we want to have a bit of fun, I thought we could do this in the form of a little quiz. No one will ever get sick of a virtual quiz. Ever. Quizzes over webcams are the pinnacle of fun. Okay, so basically I'm going to be asking 10 questions. Why did I do that? That's only 5. 10. I'm going to be asking 10 questions about different Christmas traditions from around the world, and let's see how many you can get correctly, okay? I don't have a budget, okay, so this is all coming from bits of paper. Subscribe to my channel and maybe I'll actually be able to afford equipment. Okay, I'll ask each question, we'll go through the answers, and then we'll talk about those traditions in a little bit more detail, okay? At this point I'm going to have some sort of animation that comes along the bottom, otherwise I might just have to make it a whole different screen entirely. Mate, I just said I've not got a budget, I can't afford Adobe. Right? Anyone want Adobe? You wanna sponsor me? Alright, let's get started with question number 1. In which country is KFC considered a traditional Christmas meal? Is it A, Japan, B, China, C, New Zealand, or D, Singapore? Interesting. So to give you time to think about your guesses, I'm going to be playing this very festive and not in any way annoying Christmas countdown clock. I didn't realise it was going to carry on. Okay, and the answer to question 1 was Japan. Did you get that right? Every Christmas, it's estimated around 3.6 million people in Japan go to KFC for their Christmas meal, or they get it delivered to their houses. And this has actually become such a popular tradition that people often have to order it weeks in advance in order to just be able to have the meal on Christmas Day. So the very first KFC opened up in Japan in 1970, and the original manager, Takeshi Okuwara, had this idea of coming up with this party barrel for Christmas Day. And this party barrel idea became an immediate success. It started its first campaign in 1974, where it was basically a bucket of fried chicken and a bottle of wine. Sounds pretty good to me. Okay, we're on to question number 2. So, can you tell me, in Norway, why do Norwegians hide their brooms before they go to bed on Christmas Eve? Let's start the clock. I forgot to read out the answers, didn't I? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Okay, is it A, it is bad luck to do any sweeping on Christmas Day? B, naughty elves like to steal them in the night? C, witches arrive on Christmas Eve to take the broom for a ride? Or D, the child who is first to find the broom in the morning gets to open the first present? Let's start the countdown! And the answer is C. Witches arrive on Christmas Eve to take a broom for a ride. So Norwegians believe that Christmas Eve coincides with the arrival of evil spirits and witches. So it's only logical that the Norwegian households hide their broomsticks so that the witches can't steal them and go for a joyride. You know, because there's nothing more annoying than waking up to find your broomstick broken because of those pesky witches. Okay, moving swiftly on to question number 3. In the week leading up to Christmas, worshippers in Venezuela get to Mass using which unusual mode of transport? Is it A, space hopper, B, rollerblades, C, toboggan, or D, horseback? Okay, have you come up with an answer? No, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you anyway. The correct answer is B, rollerblades. The locals of the capital city, Caracas, they customarily strap on their roller skates and glide to early morning mass in the week leading up to Christmas. The mass is called, oh no, I'm not going to pronounce it because I'll butcher it. And the practice is so widespread, they actually close a lot of the roads to allow the people to go roller skating down the streets. I think that's really fun. I like that one. Oh, it says here that legend has it that children go to bed with a piece of string tied around their toe, and the other end is sort of dangled out the window, and as the skaters roll past they give the string a little tug, and that's supposed to signify to the children that it's time to get their skates on. Is that where the... No, that's not where it comes from. Okay, question number 4. In which country does Santa's evil counterpart Krampus punish bad children by carrying them to hell? That got dark quickly. Is it A, Poland, B, Austria, C, Turkey, or D, Bulgaria? Make your guesses! Did you get this one right? The answer was, of course, B, Austria. So I think this is a folklore that kind of goes across a few different Central European countries like Germany and Hungary and so on. But Krampus is basically this sort of horned, half goat, half demon type character who punishes children who misbehave by dragging them to hell, apparently. Why is this a thing? So in 1932, after the election, the Krampus tradition was actually prohibited by the Dollfuss regime. Don't know what that is. But in the 50s, there was a popular resurgence of the Krampus celebrations, and those celebrations continue today. So even just last year, there were reports of sort of drunken, disorderly people with sort of Krampus masks in some of the Austrian towns, men dressed in like devil costumes, roaming the streets, carrying chains and a basket for abducting especially bad children and hauling them to hell. Right, that's messed up. That's not okay. That's up there with the evil clown pranks. No. Next! Okay, question number 5. In Catalonia, what is a poop log? Yep, you heard me correctly. Poop log. Is it A, a traditional Christmas chocolate log shaped dessert? B, a bird feeder that is made from felled Christmas trees? C, a game to find the fake log? Or D, a log that poops out Christmas presents? Okay, the answer was, of course, a log that poops out Christmas presents. I mean, you try coming up with 3 fake explanations as to what a poop log is. Jeez, the things I do for you people. So this is the Catalan tradition of cagatio, or defecating a log. I'll put up a picture of what this looks like, but basically locals in Catalonia, they create this character out of a log, they draw a face on it, they give it a little hat and sometimes like a little leg, and they put a blanket over it so it doesn't get cold. From December the 8th, they give the log a little bit to eat every single night, and then on Christmas it'll poop out presents. Makes total sense. So the story is that the kids need to take good care of the log, keep it warm and feed it so that you will then get your Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. So Santa not a thing? It says the entire family beats the log with sticks and sings a traditional song that translates to, if you don't well, I'll beat you with a stick. Catchy. Apparently they also decorate their nativity scenes with little pooping ceramic figures. And they have their trousers around their ankles. Like, why? Don't do that to the baby Jesus. That's blasphemy, I'm sure. Okay, moving swiftly on to question number 6. How do spiders' webs play a part at Christmas time in Ukraine? Is it A, they are a traditional tree decoration? B, they ward off evil spirits trying to steal presents? C, they are remembering loved lost ones? Or D, they encourage spiders who help keep the house free from pesky flies over the holiday season? I guess we should start the clock. And the answer is A! They are a traditional Christmas tree decoration. So in Ukraine it is traditional to decorate your Christmas tree with spiders' webs because of this old folklore story which kind of goes like this. There was a poor but hard-working widow who once lived in a small hut with her children, and one summer day a pine cone fell on the floor of the hut and took root. The widow's children cared for the tree, excited at the prospect of having a Christmas tree by winter. And the tree grew, but when Christmas tree arrived, they couldn't afford to decorate it. The children sadly went to bed and fell asleep. But early the next morning, they woke up and saw the tree covered with cobwebs. When they opened the windows, the first rays of sunlight touched the webs and turned them into gold and silver. The widow and her children were overjoyed, and from then on, they never lived in poverty again. That's a really sweet story. So Ukrainians still decorate their tree, I guess, to kind of imitate this miracle and bring them sort of wealth and luck for the coming year. I like that story a lot. Yeah, that's a nice one. Okay, on to question number 7. Unable to prove the existence of Santa, the Vatican alleges who delivers presents to kids in Italy? Is it A, a giant? B, the Pope himself? C, a witch? Or D, Superman? Take your guesses now! Blah 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 blah. There you go, I took it and I made it better. And the question to number 7 is C, a witch. Of course, they're not saying the Pope is going around delivering presents to all the kids. The Pope ain't got time for that. I don't know why the Vatican tried so hard to prove that Santa was real, but when it couldn't, it decided to say that this old witch called Befana delivers presents to kids in Italy. And the story is that the 3 wise men invited the witch to accompany them to see the little baby Jesus, but she said she was too busy. Wait, I don't get it. Wait, because she's too busy because she's delivering gifts to children? Is that what it's supposed to be? So it sounds like she does the same thing as Santa does. She climbs in through the chimney and she fills kids' socks with candy and presents if they're good, or a lump of coal if they're bad. So apparently this witch is something that the Vatican have had a lot of dealings with, so I guess they just thought, well, everyone already believes in this witch, let's just have this witch deliver presents to Christmas, because that makes sense. I never said they made sense, I just said they were weird and wonderful. More on the weird side. Okay, question number 8. In the Czech Republic, a woman will throw shoes over her shoulder on Christmas Eve to find out if she will what next year? Is it A, have a baby? B, be cheated on? C, win the lottery? Or D, get married? Here comes another countdown. So the answer to this one is D, get married. So apparently a single woman's fate in the Czech Republic relies heavily on a tossed shoe. So apparently on Christmas Eve, unmarried Czech women will stand outside their front door and they'll throw a pair of shoes over their shoulder, and if the shoe lands with the toe facing the door, then that means they'll be married within the year. But if the heel faces the door, then they will stay single. Okay, moving on. Question number 9. In Iceland, it is customary to get new clothes for Christmas to avoid being devoured by what? Is it A, a giant cat, B, the abominable smoke? The abominable snowman. Nailed it. C, a pack of wolves, or D, the Grinch? And the answer to our penultimate question is A, a giant cat. I mean, cats are evil, so I believe this one. So in Icelandic folklore, the Yule cat is said to be a huge, vicious cat who roams about the snowy countryside, eating people who have not received any new clothes to wear before Christmas Eve. That's rude. So the threat of being eaten by the Yule cat was actually used by farmers as an incentive for their workers to finish processing the autumn wool before Christmas. The ones who took part in the work would get new clothes, and the ones who didn't would get nothing and thus be preyed upon by the monstrous cats. So today it is customary for everyone in Iceland to receive new clothes for Christmas to avoid this unsavoury demise. I think we have more pressing matters to worry about, don't you? And that leads us on to our final question. Oh, well, sad. Alice, we don't want it to end. I know you don't want it to end. I'm sorry, but we've only got time for one more. Okay, here we go. In Mexico, an annual competition is held where contestants carve huge wots to create scenes that are awarded prizes. Is it A, watermelons, B, avocados, C, potatoes, or D, radishes? Get your final guesses in, and since this is the last countdown clock, we will make this a good one. Alright, let's go out with a bang. And the answer to our final question is, if you put avocado, then you would be wrong. Haha, I got you. You thought it was avocado, didn't you? I tricked you. Clever. I'm such a genius. The answer was in fact D, radishes. Who doesn't love a nice juicy radish with their Christmas lunch? Dubbed the Night of the Radishes. I'm not making this up. This is an annual event that happens on the 23rd of December in Oaxaca, Mexico. I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly. Where they carve out these oversized radishes to create these different scenes, and they compete for prizes in various categories. I'll put up some pictures so you can see. Some of them are very good. So radishes were actually introduced to Mexico by the Spanish, and Oaxaca has a long wood carving tradition, and farmers began carving radishes into figures as a way to sort of attract customers' attentions at the Christmas markets. The competition formally started in 1897. That's mental. That's been going on for what, 133 years or something like that? That's crazy. The event has become very popular with over 100 contestants and thousands of visitors every year. However, since the radishes wilt quite quickly after being cut, they can only survive for a couple of hours or so, which leads to very long lines for those who wish to see the work. So if that's something you want to do this year or next year or whatever, then make sure you get in line early to see those radishes. Feels like a waste of food, to be honest. I wonder what they do with them all. So at the end of that quiz, I got 10 out of 10 because I created the questions, I did all the work, I deserve the praise and the glory. But what did you get? Bet you didn't get as high a score as me now, did you? And I think we learned some very fun little tidbits that you could tell your friends and family to make you look very, very knowledgeable. So that is my present to you this Christmas, wisdom and smugness. Go, spread your smugness amongst the people. Go forth and prosper. That's not right, is it? Have a very, very Merry Christmas, everyone, and I hope you have a much better 2021. Remember to put up those spiders' webs on your Christmas trees, okay? Happy holidays, everyone. Until next time. Bye.